Thanks very much, Mark. And Rebecca Tay is here. We are talking about, well, the approach of winter and the fact that we all need some winter coats.
Yep, exactly. It's that season to get your warm clothes out.
And there are lots of different styles, almost to match all the different body types.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Lots of options for whatever body type you are, whatever kind of body issues you might have, or anything like that. So.
And of course, because not everyone is like their typical model. So we've got some real women here today modeling some of our coats. Why don't we bring out our first model?
For sure.
Now, what's the challenge with Leia's body type?
So as you can see, Leia's a petite. So petite means that you're shorter, you're smaller all over, you're just basically petite all over. So this is a jacket, from Banana Republic's petite collection. So Banana Republic has done little details like this. So petite people also often find that the sleeves will be too long, but they do things like this where it's open, you can cuff it really easily. There are smaller armholes so that you don't have so much fabric in the sides here. And then you'll see that the length is kept quite short, so it's not doesn't drag you down too much. If you do have a longer jacket, it's good to belt it to kind of create a waist without making you look too...
Otherwise you drown in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And are we still seeing a lot of the bright colors this season as well?
Oh, definitely. Lots of, especially the kind of purple, emeralds is a different count, but purples, amethysts, different jewel tones like that.
And then the scarf as well that just coordinates nicely with that.
Yes, exactly. So the scarf as well is also from Banana Republic. It's $85, and this jacket is $240. So you'll get lots of wear out of it. Not too expensive. Obviously an investment, but a good investment.
Thank you very much. And let's talk. Thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about the investment of the coat. What's a good range of price to pay? Because some of them, it seems like you would want the trendiest thing, but you know that's a lot of money sometimes for people to spend a couple $100 or more on a coat.
Oh, for sure. I think for jackets, you want to spend, I think, between $100 and $500. That's a big range, obviously, but every couple of years. You don't want to be spending that every year. For trendier pieces, so obviously plaid is a huge trend this season. Go for maybe more inexpensive brands, such as Joe Fresh, which is available at superstores. Hugely affordable, very affordable, and a great source for kind of the trend pieces, whereas Banana Republic is maybe more of your investment pieces that you'll wear over and over again.
Fantastic. Let's bring out our next real woman model. Now, what body type are we looking at here?
So this is kind of your average height, average everything, except obviously a large chest. So this is a very common problem for women, and the problem for women who have large chests is finding jackets that will close over their bust. So here we have a Cape style from the Bay downtown. This is fun because it actually is a one size, and we've belted it here to create a kind of a slimmer waist, but you can also wear it open over an evening dress even to kind of give it a different look.
And Steph, I love the belt. Do you like what, you can just nod, I know you're not mic'd up. You like the belt though? Yeah. And is that something we're seeing a lot more too, Rebecca?
Oh, definitely.
The belting with a lot of the coats?
Yep, exactly. We started seeing belts, I think, a couple seasons ago now, but now there's skinny belts, wide belts, pattern belts. You could put a colored belt with this, and that would be really cute. And this is actually by Jones, New York, so very forgiving line for all types of all body types, all types of women.
Now, did you say this was one size?
Yep, it's a one-size-fits-all jacket.
So would this also work with a petite, or would that be too much for a petite?
It would work for a petite. I would definitely add the belt in that case because you don't want a petite woman to drown in that jacket.
All right, thank you so much, Steph. Great. And next, finally,
we have Lauren. So as you can see, Lauren's very tall. So I think one of the problems that tall women face, that all tall women will know, is that things are too short. So here, this Joe Fresh jacket is kind of a fun way to sort of bypass that problem. It's cropped to begin with, so you can't really tell if it's too short. And here we've added the kind of the elbow length glove, which is only $8, so it's an easy, cheap way to sort of make any jacket fit.
Now, when you're looking at the glove, I know she's got the long one, which I think looks extremely stylish. Now, would it be a faux pas she was wearing a shorter glove, or does that still work okay?
No, I think that would look really cute as well. Obviously not as warm. I think a lot of women worry that having a cropped sleeve won't be warm enough for the colder months, but adding a long glove definitely makes it very warm, actually.
Fantastic. Why don't we bring all the models out? We'll get one last look, and when we come back, we've got some more fashions for all of the every woman body types and some of the challenges, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, ladies. Stay with us. You're watching Breakfast Television. I love all the colors. Just gorgeous.
I like this black.
Really nice. Rebecca Tay is here, Western editor for Fashion Magazine, so she's keeping us fashionable with all our winter coats.
Yes.
And before the break, we looked at some more casual coats for the various body sizes. What's the most challenging body size to shop for, do you think?
I would say Actually, I think that the 3 that we have today are all pretty equally challenging because I find that a lot of the designers are still making jackets for the sample size, people who are basically your perfect body type.
Right.
So there's alterations to be made everywhere, I think, for each of the types that we have.
Now, what are some of the biggest trends we're seeing as far as styles of coats as we gear up for winter?
I think for styles this winter, we're seeing a lot of new shapes. So a lot of the bell sleeves, bigger sleeves, more roomy tops, so kind of a cape style as well, whether that's an actual cape with no armholes or whether it's a cape style with kind of a looser sleeve, looser in here, not so fitted. The trench is still in, will always be in the trench style, but it's taking a little bit of a backseat, I think, this season.
So that's still a good investment piece,
definitely,
though, the trench
always.
style.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the part 2 of our fashion show going.
Sure.
We've got our petite model here.
Yes, so Leah's wearing another jacket from Banana Republic. Very cute. This is the trench style that we were saying, but of course we've belted it here to create a little bit of a waist for her. With the petite style, though, you don't want to create too many choppy lines, so I wouldn't pair this with a boot over a jean, for example, because that creates too many lines, cuts her up. We want to elongate the body as much as we can. And also here, we've kept it simple with a small accessory. You always look at very petite women, like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, and they're tiny, 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 and they got great style, but they always wear these huge bags that look like suitcases. So this is kind of a nicer option. This one's from Banana Republic as well. The jacket is $240, so an investment piece, but a good investment.
Is that like in a winter white?
Yes,
color?
Exactly.
Okay.
Not white, but more of a cream.
Let's talk a little bit about the length. How long is too long in a petite model or petite customer?
I think for a petite customer, you want to keep it above the knee. So if it comes just below the knee, you can always have that altered. Get to know your seamstress very well because I think petite women, and actually women of all body type challenges, definitely are always bringing things to get things hemmed or taken in. So I think just above the knee, an inch or 2 above the knee is the perfect length for a petite woman.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Steph.
Yes, so Steph, again, is our big busted woman. So you can see here
I
that
like how you just
big
blurt that
busted
out,
woman. So this jacket from Joe Fresh is fun because it's got a lot of room under here, which is kind of a new look. The slouchier jacket, more of a casual style, but it actually creates a lot of room for her to move without kind of restricting her.
Camouflages lots when you're looking at something like that. The only question I have is I'm looking at the style of that and I think, why wouldn't we have a belted coat as being more flattering? Because they say not to hide the shape.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this kind of jacket you can definitely belt. You can add a colored belt, you can add a crocodile print belt, but you can also keep it simple with this because it's got the jeweled buttons, which kind of add a little bit of detail. Sorry. And this jacket is only $79, so you can add fun accessories, and you'll still probably keep it at under $100.
When you have more than one jacket, then,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And black's still popular as we get into winter, isn't it?
I think black is always popular in winter.
Great, thank you so much, Steph. And now we've got our tall.
Yes, so this
model.
is Lauren. She's wearing a jacket from the Bay as well. It's Jones, New York. This one's a little bit more expensive. It's $450, but as you can see, you can definitely dress this down with jeans, or you can dress it up with like an evening coat. And here we've added the belt because this actually has an open front, which actually would work for a bigger busted woman as well. But this kind of adds a little bit of frill here while elongating her body and accentuating her height, which is something that you want to do.
And there aren't any buttons. It's actually being held together by the belt. I worry about windy days like this.
Yes, that could be a problem, but you could also put like a cute little brooch, or you could add a fun little colored scarf to always add a little bit of color. So,
of course,
lots of different ways to dress it up and keep it closed and keep warm.
Fantastic. Well, it is about keeping warm. It's not as big of an issue for us here on the coast, but you're dealing with waterproof issues as well when you deal with the winter. Any tips for people as far as, I guess, what they're looking for that will continue to be a good investment over the years to come? Or maybe even, what can we buy that's trendy that shouldn't be too expensive?
I think a cape jacket shouldn't be too expensive, and I think that's definitely one of the trends that we're seeing a lot of. It's a fun shape that we haven't seen too much of in previous years, so it's a nice kind of, if you put on a cape style jacket, it'll be an instant update to your wardrobe.
Fantastic. Well, why don't we bring out the rest of our models here as we look at some of our fancier coats as we gear up for the winter season. Thanks very much again, Rebecca Tay from Fashion Magazine, keeping us fashionable as we get into winter. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, ladies. See, everybody can have a jacket that's flattering, no matter what your size or body shape. Stay with us. You're watching Breakfast Television. It's 9:28. Thanks very much, ladies.
I want a girl